Okay, I want to graph these two equations. They're both in slope-intercept form because the y is by itself. So I'm going to graph each line on the same plane. I'm not going to do anything here, okay? Using slope and y-intercept. That means the m and the b, both of them. Okay, so that's my m and that's my b. So the y-intercept's 5, and then my slope, for every 1 I go down, I'm going to go 2 to the right. So I go to 5 on the y. And then from that point, I'm going to go down 1 and right 2. So down 1, right 2. Do it again. So I have my line. Okay, and then the same thing applies here. That's in slope-intercept form. So my slope is -1/2. That's your m, and then the y-intercept's -2. So I go -2. Then I go down 1 and right 2. Okay, those lines are parallel. They will never touch. Now, why are they parallel? Because the number multiplying the x, and otherwise the slopes are the exact same. So two parallel lines have the same slope. Okay, now let's go write some equations for slope. This isn't very hard, especially what I did for you. So I need to fill out that equation. Now it's parallel to that line. Okay, and then this line also has to pass through this point. So I need to find m and b. Well, my m, this is in slope-intercept form. The y is by itself, and this would be my m. Okay, so 3 is the slope of that line, so 3 is also going to be the slope of my line here. So I just put a 3 there. Y equals m times x plus b. So get rid of your y, your m, and your x. So my y has to pass through -5, and then remember my m's 3. And then I'll be timesing that by -3. So what's the product of 3 and -3? I believe it'd be -9 plus b. Now the -9 has to move over here, so I'd plus 9, plus 9. -5 plus 9 is 4. Okay, done. Next, we'd want to, that's in, the y is by itself, so it's in slope. Put a 1 there, and that's your m. I don't care that that's the b, okay, because I just care about the m. My b is going to be something totally different. So my m has to be the same as that m. So -1, so -1. And then we get rid of this stuff. Okay, so 11, my m is -1, and my x is going to be -2. And then what's the product of -1 and -2? It's 2 plus the b. So the 2 is positive, I need to minus 2. So 9 equals b. Okay, now those two equations have the same slope, but they start in different places. I'd start at 5, that'd start at 9, but they will be the same. Okay, if you want to check to see if you're right, you take the -1, and then x is -2, so I'd times -2, because -1x means -1 times whatever x is, plus 9, and that's 11, which is exactly what I have. Okay. That's in slope-intercept form, so the m is 2/3, so my m also needs to be 2/3. So 2/3, and then y equals m times x plus b. So I get rid of these things. So the y is going to be -2. The m is 2/3. 2/3 is what that says. Times, and then what's my x? It's 3. Okay, So on my calculator, I need to find the product of 2/3 and 3. It's going to be 2. Okay, so 2 plus b. Now I get that 2 out of there, so I minus 2. Now that's not 0 because it's negative 2 minus 2, negative 4. So negative 4. So those lines start in different places, but they both go up to right 3. Okay, now you're wondering, what is he doing on this page? Well, I help you out a little bit. That is not in slope-intercept form, okay? It's not in slope-intercept form. What I did was I subtracted 4x and got rid of it, and then I put minus 4x after the 7, because you can't take 7 minus 4x. So the y stayed where it was at, but the 4x came over here by subtracting it. So that's your x multiplier. So that's your m, number in front of the x. So my m's also going to be negative 4. So y equals m times x plus b. So I get rid of the y, the m, and the x. And the y would be 1. The m is going to be negative 4. And the x is going to be negative 6. Okay? So what's negative 4 times negative 6? It's 24. I need to get the 24 out of there. It's positive, so we subtract it. 1 minus 24 is negative 23. Okay? So negative 23. That'd start at 7, then it'd go down 4 right 1. That starts at negative 23, and then it'd go down 4 right 1. Thankfully, we don't have to graph it. Okay, my next one. Again, that's not in slope-intercept form because you don't have the y out front. So what I did was I moved the 6x over here. So negative 1y, and then I minus it, goes away, and then minus it over there. Then this negative 1, I'm going to divide everything by negative 1. So that'll just become y. 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. And negative 6 divided by negative 1 is positive 6. So again, I move the 6 over, so minus 6x. And then I divide everything by this negative 1. Okay? So that's going to be y. It's 1 divided by negative 1 is negative 1. Negative 6 divided by negative 1 is 6. So that's your m. Okay, and my m is going to be 6. So y equals m times x plus b. So my x and y are both going to be negative 5. Then the m is 6 times negative 5. 6 times negative 5 is negative 30 plus b. Okay, so negative 30, I plus 30, plus 30. Negative 5 plus 30 is 25. Okay. Y equals 6 times x plus 25. Next problem, that's not in slope-intercept form, so I had to move the 8x over here by subtracting it. If I subtract it, it's gone, but then I minus it after the 5. Then I got this stupid 4 here, so I divide everything by 4. So that becomes y. 5 divided by 4 is 1.25, and negative 8 divided by 4 is negative 2. So this is now my m. Remember, the m's what? It's mx, okay? So m and b, and I know my m is negative 2, because theirs is negative 2, so if mine's parallel, mine has to be negative 2. Okay, so... Okay, so the y is going to be negative 8. The m is negative 2. And the x is 0. Well, that times 0 is 0, so it'd be just negative 8. Don't even put 0. You already have your b. Okay, it'd be negative 8. Okay, then the last one. So I had to move the 5x over. I subtract it, so that's going to say negative 10y equals 3 minus 5x. Then I divide by negative 10 to get rid of that, so that'll be y. That divided by negative 10 is negative 0.3, and this divided by negative 10 is 0.5. Okay, so that's our m right there. Eventually, you're going to do that, but not today. So 0.5, you're going to have to do all this, but not today. So I'll teach you how, okay? You can kind of see how it's done right there. Okay, so my m is 0.5. The y is 10, okay? And my x is negative 6. So I have to find that product, okay? So 0.5 times negative 6 is negative 3 plus b. Remember, don't ever divide to get b. You add or subtract that number. You'd add it. Okay, so 13 equals b. So 13. Okay.